Hello and welcome back to another review. Today we are going to be looking at the Safari Ltd Bigfoot or Sasquatch or whatever you want to call this delightful hairy ape man guy dude person. As always, if you are interested in this or any Safari Ltd product, you can of course get it at safariltd.com or at amazon.com/Safari Ltd. And please do go ahead and use coupon code Bionic to get 15% off. You save money and you directly support this channel a teeny tiny bit when you do that. So that's pretty neat. Anyhow, getting into the actual figure, I've had my eye on this one for a while because I am from Western Washington, fairly close to Mount Rainier, so I am in prime Bigfoot country, and Bigfoot kind of means a lot to me. It's something that I've always had a lot of fascination with, even though I have never believed it was actually real. I still find it to be a really interesting thing to kind of research and just a phenomenon that I enjoy looking into from time to time. And there's something just really enigmatic and somehow appealing about the idea of Bigfoot. So anyhow, let's get into the actual figure. The first thing that really stands out, of course, is that this figure is straight up in the classic pose that the Bigfoot from the Patterson-Gimlin footage is in, as it's walking away from the camera, just looking over its shoulder, back at the actual people filming. And it's so cool to see this iconic, classic sort of silhouette of Bigfoot recreated really accurately, actually. And I guess it's kind of obvious, like if you're gonna do a Bigfoot, of course you're gonna put it in this pose, but I think they just did a great job with it. And it's just one of those little things that really makes me happy to see. It does end up kind of affecting the figure in an interesting way, to where it kind of is mostly meant to be viewed from this side because there's only one angle where you can see the face, and because the head is turning and it's leaning over, it's not, it looks a little bit awkward from some other angles, just like it's not really meant to be viewed from there, but there's still lots of great stuff to appreciate. Like just looking at it from the back, you can see all the shoulder and back muscles sculpted really well and all the detail put on this side of the figure, so it's not really too big of a deal. Even if this is sort of the feature angle of the figure, I think it looks nice from pretty much a 360-degree view. There's also little finger pads, which is another cool detail that stands out and that you can only see as you kind of turn around the figure and get a better look at it from more angles. Yeah, it just looks really nice, and he really just looks like a believable animal, really striding forward with a lot of power, and this figure just has a great character to it. One thing I really like about this figure is how simple all the paintwork is. It's literally just one color of paint. It's just this light kind of brown, just sort of lightly dry brushed and stained across this darker brown plastic that it's actually molded in. So simple, literally just one shade of paint, one shade of plastic, and that's it. And yet it's so effective. And it gives the figure this really unique kind of character where, you know, you don't see too much detail. The eyes are not painted. That's another cool detail. They look very shadowed and mysterious. And that's so great, because every time you see Bigfoot in pictures or video or whatever, you never get a good look at it. That's the whole, like, running funny thing about Bigfoot, is that, you know, cameras naturally just have worse resolution around him or something. Or maybe he's a mythical creature and not a real animal. Just saying. But it's great. It's great to have this figure that somehow manages to embody the inherently mysterious, uncertain appearance of Bigfoot. And I just love how they did that with the really simple paint job. There's not too many details. The eyes are not painted. There's not a whole lot of other colors going on. There's no paint on like the toe or fingernails. It's just super simple, and it makes it look really shadowy and kind of enigmatic, and just gives it, again, a really cool, unique, distinct design that really fits Bigfoot well. Taking a closer look at the sculpt, you can see there's a lot of great detail put in here. Everything is just really well sculpted. Like the feet and the toes have really nice sort of detail and everything to them. All the fur texture looks really good. You can see those finger pads I was talking about earlier, and his face looks really nice as well. He's got a nice kind of subtle personality to him. He almost looks kind of happy and kind of peaceful in the face, and he has that signature sort of cone-shaped head as well. It's just fantastic. This whole figure makes me really happy just looking at it. I actually set up this figure not on any of my shelves, but above my window frame, so I can see it at all times, just you know, walking by whenever I come into my room, and it just always puts a smile on my face. Look at this thing. How can you not love this? It's Bigfoot, and it's like a perfect Bigfoot. So anyhow, I'm gonna give this one a 10 out of 10. That's it for the review. I only have good things to say. It's a very simple figure to talk about, but I think it's just so effective and captures the cryptid that it's trying to represent to a really, really great degree. So for size comparisons, I will bring in, as usual, the Yutyrannus and also the Mothman. And I have to say, these Safari LTD cryptids are really, really consistent in how high quality they are. These are both 10 out of 10 figures for me. Both two of my favorite Safari figures of the last, few years or so. And I just can't recommend them both enough. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you go and pick up this Bigfoot or the Mothman or whatever Safari stuff that you're interested in, and I will see you all next time.